This week, for the Week 6 project, we will be discussing about the Silk Road case, which was committed by Ross. He essentially created a website to sell narcotics and other illegal services. We will be discussing if these crimes were primary white-collar crimes in nature or primary drug trafficking crimes. Now, for the website, he was the administrator, so essentially he ran the website on orders, essentially the whole website itself. Now, the server ran out of Germany, so it was hard to catch it. So from the start, Ross knew what he was doing was wrong. For the nature of the crimes Ross was committing, I would have to say it was primary drug trafficking, but there was white-collar crime involved in the Silk Road. He was laundering money, which necessarily is a white-collar crime, but with laundering money comes, well, let's say with drug trafficking, you need to launder your money. Without laundering your money, you have all of this money that's dirty, and obviously if you're going out and buying $1 million house cash, you're going to raise some flags. So there was white-collar crime, but primarily the nature of his crimes was drug trafficking for sure. He was arrested in 2013 and charged with multiple cases. Most of them were drug involvement. Because this website, you could go online and purchase any drug you possibly could want. Just like Amazon, when you buy a package, you would get however amount of drugs you would like to your home, or whichever way you felt needed. To support my position on the nature was primary drug trafficking crimes was essentially what the service offered. With white-collar crime, normally you're stealing money, hiding money, frauding money, doing something with money that was stolen or taken from somebody. This money was not stolen nor taken. It was a trade for service or material of something tangible. For an example, just like Amazon, when you purchase something, you could purchase illegal drugs, forged documents, stolen credit cards, and unregulated cigarettes. So, all in all, that is part of ATF. Basically, any type of drug-related crime these come with. The stealing of credit cards, obviously, that can be more white-collar crime, but in nature, he wasn't stealing these cards. He was selling them through his website, meaning he wasn't the one committing necessarily the crimes of stealing these people's identities and license and forged documents. He was just the middleman of which they would sell through. Just as in Amazon, when there is a company that's selling a product, regardless if that product is stolen, broken, whichever, Amazon is the entity to distribute to the consumer. So again, this is where he was more of a drug trafficking. Just like if you were to drive to Mexico or even to a city and purchased kilos or pounds of whichever substance you would sell and then take it to a city, whichever, and sell it, you are not the distributor, you are the trafficker, meaning you are the meaning of the distribution of the drugs. That is the main reason why I think in nature his was drug trafficking crimes, not white-collar crime. Based on the sentence Ross received, do I think the sentence judge believed his crimes at the core were white-collar in nature or drug trafficking crimes? Again, I believe the sentencer believed his was drug trafficking crimes at nature. Why? let alone the sentencing. I have yet to see myself on the news or even in this class seen someone get as long a sentence as he received life in prison. He was charged and found guilty of 7 charges, including conspiracy to launder money, conspiracy to commit computer hacking, conspiracy to traffic narcotics by means of internet, and contributing to a criminal enterprise. Now that he wasn't convicted of actually selling illegal drugs, he was creating and operating a site that others did. He was obviously at fault of creating this source of which someone can move and sell illegal services and narcotics. Again, this is why I believe the drug trafficking crimes was the primary source of that crime, of what he committed, because of the fact of just the sentencing alone. He was sentenced to life in prison. Do I think this is fair? I believe that was a little extreme, though he did create and operate a very, very toxic and illegal operation of means to sell drugs and illegal services. So for what the Tor browser is and its relevance to the Silk Road case, a Tor browser is essentially a entity that enables a person or even a computer to browse the internet and message people anonymously, meaning there's no way to identify who this person is that is sending these messages or searching these certain cases or just anything that may be illegal to look for. now, given the top browsers allows individuals to surf the web with added layers of privacy, do you believe there should be more controls in place surrounding its use? For this, I believe there should be some sort of control in place, but again, I believe here in America, this should be all right to do as we please and use these types of websites like Tor browsing. Now, it is legal, and that again is validating my point of why I believe we should be allowed to use it, because if we ban things that can be used illegally, we won't be allowed to use guns, drive vehicles, drink alcohol. The intentions behind why something is being used does not dictate why everyone should not or be allowed to use something. If that was the case, nobody would be allowed to do anything. And this is why our government itself catches people like the Silk Road, because even though these browsers and websites all available, we are able to catch and shut down people like Ross and people that want to use the internet to sell illegal services and drugs and use the internet for bad purposes. Thank you.